Hey guys, Scratch Code here, back with another video, and in this video we're going to be talking about the new update that officially makes Turbo Warp better than Scratch, and even actually makes it a reliable game engine to use. So, recently, Turbo Warp had an update that added a ton of extensions, which allows us to have tons of new features, which I will show you in a second. Now, I just want to say though, for my people who don't know what Turbo Warp is a program or type thing. It's basically Scratch, but it turns your project into JavaScript, which is a programming language that's really fast. Basically what you need to know is it makes your projects run 10 times faster, of better performance as well, is turn on some things such as higher frame rate cap on like Scratch's 30 FPS, interpolation, infinite clones, removing fencing, not gonna talk about that right now. And then we have, you can even do custom resolutions and other stuff. Now this is all very awesome, but the other stuff that they've recently added is even cooler and actually makes this a viable game engine. So basically, on June 19th, I think it was, they added a new update where they added a ton of new extensions in the extensions list here of Turbo Warp. And as you can see, there's tons of extensions. And I want to go through most of them. Won't cover all of them, but yeah. Basically, first extension they have here is animated text. Basically, this is a text renderer. Yeah, we've been asking for one of these for Scratch forever because writing your own text renderer is not very, it's kind of a pain in the butt. There's no reason to have to do it. And it's actually really easy. I'll actually show you guys. We can make a simple thing right here. I'll just go one green flag clicked forever. I'm going to show my text, and my text is going to be timer. You can see when I run the game, you can actually see there's a timer right here counting up, and it's like boom, you got a counter. Now if you don't want to see the numbers or decimals, we can just round timer, and boom, you have a timer like boom being rendered to the screen as text. Now if you wanted to do this without these blocks, you would have to create a costume for every single number and then program it so whatever text you give it, it renders it out, makes a bunch of clones, taking more performance and everything. And again, it's just a pain in the butt. So now we have these. There's tons of other stuff. Again, I don't have enough time to cover everything but every single extension. Now the next Turbo Warp extension that's absolutely amazing, or not absolutely amazing, but it's another one. Stretching. This is great. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can stretch your sprites on the horizontal axis and vertically. Yeah, self-explanatory, very easy to use. It's basically the same thing as changing your X and Y. So that's great. And then this will also be amazing for creating 3D projects and having textures, because right now doing textures is kind of a longer process for 3D projects. And it actually means that we won't actually have to use sprites or the pen tool, I should say. It will actually use clones instead, which will be a lot faster. Next we have Gamepad, which this one's absolutely amazing, and especially if you're going to be using Turbo Warp and finally be like releasing a game to like Steam or itch.io, and unless you want to make a single or multiplayer game or like a split screen game, you can actually go like this, check up to 4 controllers. So we can now use, you can have up to 4 controllers being plugged in, so we can have multiplayer games. And there's another extension in here that will actually let you be able to do split screen, which is absolutely sweet. Now it's not as easy as I'm saying it is, but anyways, back to this. You can even, this thing even allows you to make the controller vibrate. You can check what button's being pressed on each controller. So again, if you have multiple players, you can check if button A is pressed on controller 2. Again, absolutely amazing. And you can actually, this means it has like something that you really need if you're gonna be making a game for something like Steam or itch.io. And then there's tons of other stuff, such as being able to read and download files, locking your cursor, which is going to be like a requirement for if you want to do a FPS game or something like that. Mercer custom cursors, which is amazing. Runtime options allows you to change like your FPS during the game's running, and then change some other stuff. How many clones, interpolation, all kinds of stuff. Sensing Plus, again, just gives you more stuff for sensing. Clone Plus. This is amazing, and it makes handling variables with clones and other stuff a lot easier, and I just feel like this is just a great. This Again, this has some stuff. And this, clipping and blending. Now, clipping blending, as I'm saying, you could actually... okay, I'm explaining clipping blending as anyways. So clipping and blending, basically you can clip it so you can put a rectangle in what you could only have objects be rendered inside of that rectangle. So once they cross out of that rectangle, nothing else can be rendered in it. Now what I'm saying is you could probably use this clipping feature as a split screen method, allowing them to not go to each side, but again, that's just an idea. Then you have blending layers, or blending. I'm not going to really get into what blending is, it's kind of just a thing. If you ever use drawing programs, there's going to be that. Text, don't really know what that is just yet. I'm just manipulate characters in text, kind of self-explanatory. This is just some complicated or binary stuff. Yeah, and then JSON. We can actually use JSON, which is absolutely amazing, and will make handling data a lot easier and to save as storage, which probably means we might use this for multiplayer, sending data over. Just an idea. Okay, this I have no idea. I'm professional, I know, but I don't know what this is. I've already checked it out. I can't tell. Next, it's physics, which is absolutely amazing. This is actually GriffPatch's physics extension. This is great. So yeah, anyways, we have physics, so that's great, which is very ideal if you want a game engine. Fetch, which allows you to request to the internet. So yeah, you can make requests to the internet. Pretty kind of self-explanatory. Yeah. Local storage, this is actually amazing. So basically what you would want to use this for is for storing data about your game. So example being like, you played the game and you want to make sure that on their computer they get it, the data stored. If they either like, let's say, yeah, you want to make sure that their data is stored. So like, let's say in the game you get like a certain sword when you reach level 1, and you want it so the next time they play the game they have all their data still. This is what you're gonna want to use. Now there's some more stuff, but they have a whole documentation talking about using this. So that's pretty cool. And then utilities, this has some nice utilities. So anyways, this is an absolutely amazing update. These extensions are a priority if you want to make an actual game and use Scratch or the visual scripting type block thing as a game engine. And yeah, so I feel like if you guys are wanting to actually start making games and releasing them beyond Scratch's website, which is not ideal at all, and you can't even make money off of that, I feel like I recommend swapping to TurboWarp, and I feel like now is probably one of the best times. So if you guys want to make have me make tutorials on certain using these extensions, because I feel like some of them are going to be pretty deep and kind of hard to understand, or you're going to spend a lot of time. So if you guys want, I can make a video explaining how to use most of these extensions. Some of them are pretty self-explanatory. So if you want to see that as a video, let me know down in the comments below. Anyways, that's all for this video. Just want to say sorry for not posting for the 3 months. I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to make videos of, and it seems like you guys kind of want me to make Scratch videos, and I don't mind making those. So yeah. Anyways, guys, so if you want to support me, please consider subscribing, or at least liking the video will help a ton, because it puts this video out to other people and allows other people to see this new update. Anyway, guys, that's all from me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.